Hey y'all, I'm Lydia Jackson, and despite being 22 years old, I have no technological knowledge at all. This is me, and fun fact, I'm also a twin. So, for my cognitive development, my education has been my biggest development. I'm the first person in my family to go to college, to graduate college, and to work towards a master's degree. Another cognitive development for me was overcoming mental health struggles like anxiety. I struggled with that for a long time and would not be the same person I am today without enduring that. For my cultural development, mine looks a lot different than most people's. I wasn't exposed to different cultures very early on, but my southern culture has been a big part of my life. I grew up in a small mountain town in rural northeast Alabama and learned to grow corn in school instead of learning what a mortgage was. I was very ingrained with that type of culture until I started college, where I learned about all different cultures. I have also made strides since then to explore other cultures. As for my emotional development, I previously mentioned some struggles with anxiety that I dealt with throughout my life. When I was working towards improving my mental health, I began by learning to be kind. Later, I realized I needed more support, so I advocated for medication and adopted Sunday Marie, which she's affectionately known as Durla. She's my emotional support animal and the light of my life. Moving on, my moral development. My morals have greatly developed throughout my life. One thing that has always influenced my morality has been my faith, sometimes more than others. I do my best to uphold my faith in a positive way, and it has become a much bigger part of my life since graduating college. One thing that kept me morally developed in college, though, was the law and learning about the law. My bachelor's degree is in interdisciplinary studies with concentrations in criminal justice and forensic psychology. So that was a very big part of my life in college. Physically, I've developed in many different ways over the years, but it began with my involvement in marching band. I was an active member of the marching bands at every school I attended for about 10 years throughout middle school, high school, and college. However, my junior and senior year of high schools, I sustained and repeated several injuries as a result of my hard work. I pulled both of my Achilles tendons and both of my meniscuses and developed tendonitis and bursitis in every muscle and joint area from the hips down. That put a halt on my physical development for a while. However, I've recently been able to pick up yoga as a part of my physical development. Yoga has really helped me in the last few months to become more flexible and have increased mobility. Both of these have helped my physical and mental development very much. My social development started pretty late. I didn't have a whole lot of friends throughout school, but I had my twin sister, and she was one of my best friends. And a lot of the time, my other friends were bad influences, but my twin sister always made sure to keep me out of trouble. In conclusion, I grow where I can, like those weeds that sprout out of little flowers in the cracks of sidewalks. I love growth and I love betterment, even though it can be uncomfortable sometimes. And I also try to spread kindness and positivity like a tree spreads its roots, firm, deep, and all around itself. Thank you.